Hi, everyone. I'm Marc Goldman. I'm one of the co-chairs of the National Institute of Building Sciences Digital Integration Subcommittee.
And I'm Zahra Ghorbani. I'm also a co-chair for the Digital Twin Integration Subcommittee. And we're excited to announce that our position paper is out now. So the paper consists of four main parts: public perception, data frameworks, uses, and execution. And I'll start with the public perception part. So the public perception section gives an overview of what different influential groups and organizations can do to impact the implementation of digital twins in the built environment. And it also talks about the different tools and practices that are out there and the existing definitions. And Marc's going to talk about the next section.
Yeah, the four sections we're going to talk about here essentially reflect how the subcommittee divided the effort to put together this position paper. The next section, data frameworks, as you would expect, talks about requirements, the structure of data, both on the BIM side as well as the digital twins, the concept of decoupling data from the built world and the virtual world, and then the idea of exchanging information, levels of information, how your data frameworks on either the BIM side or the digital twin side affect each other. And these topics are presented in the form of positions that have been discussed and a little bit debated as we've been working on this paper.
So the use case section focuses on how use cases are the cornerstone of digital twins, and we need to have clear and well-defined use cases at the beginning to begin with the end in mind. And based on the use cases we can have different levels of integration and relationship between physical and digital worlds. And it also talks about the existing standards and how we can leverage them to implement BIM and digital twins.
And then picking up from use cases, the final section is the execution of your digital twin, talking about being agile and simple in your definition, working on the idea of a minimum viable product, MVP, a pretty common concept in software development that very much applies to digital twins. The idea of scalability, the fact that BIM is often limited to individual buildings or individual uses, whereas digital twins tend to be a little bit broader, both in physical scale as well as the expectations of those digital twins. And another section in the execution starts to look a little bit more forward than just BIM and digital twins, but topics like AI, mixed reality, and how those need to be considered as you are working on your digital twins. Then finally, the paper wraps up with being more than just a position paper, but really a call to action. There's a whole section in the paper that gives readers, industry professionals, really of all type, ideas of what they can do, how they can push forward these concepts of BIM and digital twin working together or not, how they can engage with the National Institute of Building Sciences DTIS subcommittee. That's Zahra and I and plenty others. A few other calls to action, Zahra. Any of those come to mind?
Yeah, and when you read the paper, definitely give us feedback because we are using this as a starting point to standardize and facilitate the implementation of digital twins. And also, depending on your level of expertise and interest, I believe you can get things out of the paper. For example, if you're an executive leader, you can get some more general information. But if you're more tech savvy and more involved with the technology, there are more technical content in it too. Don't you agree, Marc?
I definitely do. I think as we were working on the paper, the individuals who came together, that was something we wanted to address. The fact that the industry includes people who are dealing with BIM and digital twins at all levels of the business they're involved with, academia, software developers, owners, architecture, engineering firms, construction companies. And I think we did a pretty good job in the paper of making sure that regardless of what perspective you're coming at on this topic, you'll get value out of the paper. So for more information, download via the link on screen. Thank you.
Thank you.